Good morning, everyone. How are you all? Doing good? Nice. So, how many of you have taken Mains Manthan program of Insights IAS? Students of Mains Manthan, okay. All right. Madam Renuka, how are you? Doing good? Did you write prelims this time? Yes or no? Yes. ಹೇಗಾಯ್ತು ಇರ್ಲಿ ಬಿಡಿ ಏನಾಗಲ್ಲ. Okay. So I think they have started with paper 2 in your IBC program. So what we will be doing today is quite simple. When we look into essay, you know quite well in the last couple of years, scoring 115 itself has become quite challenging. Despite of that, you have some students scoring 120, 130s as well. We will try to ensure even you can possibly score this much. However, for you to score this much, there are few things that you need to understand. One, the basic structure, how an essay must be. Then, in terms of how to keep your content original, creative, all of these things. So, whatever classes we have as part of this program, in the initial few classes itself, I will be completing this and then I will be taking up themes, sub-themes. And I will explain to you what you are supposed to do when it comes to essay writing vis-a-vis this. I'll also be giving you content which will be different from your OGP or other courses which I have handled before. All right, come back. Look into this. If I take the courses from 1993 till 2025, whatever topics they have asked, much of these topics, they concern some fundamental questions. Let us say I take a section A, essay paper, section A, how many topics does it have? 4. Section B? 4. So totally 8 topics in an essay paper from 1993 till 2025. Hundreds of essay topics have been asked. However, at the core of these essay topics, you have fundamental questions like this. For example, what is a good society? Couple of years ago, they had asked a question, a society which has more justice requires less charity. So sometimes they ask questions on such type of a theme. What is a good society, directly or indirectly? Look at the next question. What is a good human being? Who is a good human being? A good human being is someone who has compassion in him. Am I making my point clear? And how to be good, this good human being? Is it possible in a short journey or will it take a good amount of time? Life is a long journey between human being and being humane. Am I making my point clear? So when you take topics from 1993 till 2025, if you try to analyze all these topics, they're based on some fundamental questions like this. What is the purpose of development? Do you think the purpose of development is to just increase the GDP or the purpose of development is also happiness? Happiness, am I right or am I wrong? Like this. Come back, come back, come back. Look at the next question. How should power be exercised? Your UPSC since 1990s and even till recently, they've asked questions on this. In 2024, nearly all men can face adversity. If you want to test the character of the person, give him power. Am I making my point clear? They have also asked in the early 2000s, as far as I remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Am I making my point clear? So what usually some students do, They take the essay topics from 1993 till 2025, or let us say from 2013, and they start writing essay on each and every topic. This is pure, sincere effort. I have nothing against it. This is good. Howsoever, before you start writing any essay topic, you should be aware of the fundamental themes. Once you are aware of the fundamental themes, you are going to spend some time to understand what this theme is all about. Let us say there is a theme called as self-discovery. Who is a good human being? What does good human being means? Let us say they have asked you a question, who is a good human being? What do you think the answer is? A good human being is someone who dances to the tunes of others, or is it someone who understands who he is? Understand who he is. Am I right or am I wrong? This is what we call as the theme of self-discovery. Am I making my point clear? Best lessons are learned through what experiences? Bitter experiences. Who is a good human being? A good human being is someone who accepts each and every experience that life has to offer. It might be sweet, it might be bitter, it might be bittersweet. Am I making my point clear? So rather than you taking up essay topics one by one and writing complete essays on it, identify the major themes, work on these themes. Let us say theme of self-discovery, let us say theme of human flourishing. Once you have understood the topic, then you can start answering all of these essay topics very easily. Not only the PYQs, whatever they might ask on that theme. Am I making my point? Look into this one. What is truth? What is education for? In 2025, the first essay topic was what? Truth knows no reality. Couple of years ago, they had asked a question. Search for truth can only be a spiritual exercise. Like that. When you take education, what is real education was something which was asked in the 1990s. Destiny of a nation is shaped in its classroom. Another education theme-based topic. Education is what remains after you have forgotten what you have learnt in another education topic. Am I making my point clear? So what we are going to do in our essay courses, we are going to identify the themes, the most important fundamental questions, and then proceed forward accordingly. Am I making my point? Look at the next one. What should India become? Couple of years ago in 2014 or 15, they had asked a question. Dreams that should not let India sleep. So what is a dream? Do we dream for the future, for the past, or the present? For the future. Am I right or am I wrong? So what type of dreams or what type of country our nation has to be? Am I making my point clear? Our India has to be. That was the theme based on which they had asked that essay topic. Look at the other questions. How should tradition and modernity coexist? This is the fundamental question. This is the fundamental theme based on which they have asked an essay topic last year. Contentment is natural wealth. Materialism is artificial poverty. If you take our tradition, Indian tradition, did it emphasize on materialism or did it emphasize more or less on contentment? Contentment. Am I right or am I wrong? When you take modernity, when you take westernization, globalization, consumerism, are they based on contentment or are they based on your materialism? So this dilemma, this competition between tradition and modernity, they might ask several essay topics based on this fundamental question. Look at the last one. What is the relationship between technology and humanity? For example, in 2024, I guess, they asked the question, social media is creating FOMO, because of which our youths are undergoing loneliness and depression. Do you remember that? Likewise, couple of years ago, in 2021 or 22, I forgot, they had asked the question, the process of self-discovery has been outsourced to technology. You know what is self-discovery, right? Understanding who you are. And understanding who you are, it is something that you need to do by yourself, by reading a book, by traveling, by experiencing the world. But what we are doing as of now is our self-discovery, we are outsourcing it to technology. Meaning what? how I should talk, what type of clothes I should wear, everything based on social media or other types of technology. I'm determining it. Am I right or am I wrong? Like this. All of you are following me? So what my intention through this course is make you observe what are the various themes we have. Give you the knowledge about each and every theme. Explain to you the structure on how you should write an essay. You have the content, you'll have the structure. I'll be making you practice in the class itself as much as possible, so that by end of the essay class, you'll have the necessary confidence to score good. And today we have class from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Am I right? The next essay class will be when? Next Sunday. So in the span of 1 week, I will be sending you content. I will be giving you some brainstorming exercises related to any theme which we might pick up, so that you keep active. And how many of you have given prelims last time around? The latest one. Mr. Harsha, how did your prelims go? CSAT you cleared. Good. Okay. Given the tougher nature of the paper, that is a reasonable score. Howsoever, let's prepare in such a manner, be it in prelims or be it in mains, no matter what type of googly bouncer they try to throw at us, we will be sufficiently confident to tackle the paper. We will not get disturbed in the examination hall in case if a freak of a paper is asked. All of you are following me? Please come back. So last time around when I take an Elevate Essay course, another value addition course for essay, I had divided the essay topics into some 25-26 themes. What I have done this time around is, I have just tried to restrict it to only 9 themes. Under 9 themes, there are multiple sub-themes. Whatever essay topics were related to purely technical subjects, border management, like that, I've kept it aside for a later point in time. So here, in the last 5-6 years, whatever question your UPSC is asking is based on this 9 major themes. Look at the first theme, human flourishing. Under human flourishing, you have sub-themes such as happiness, good life, humanity, compassion. Another major theme, knowledge and reasoning, doubter. Do you remember there was an essay topic? The doubter is a true man of science. Here. Mathematics. What is mathematics? It is the music of reasoning. Research. Curiosity. All of you are following me? So I will be taking this theme, human flourishing, and I will be discussing sub-themes such as happiness, good life, humanity, compassion in a detailed manner, and then we will be taking up certain PYQs and even discussing how to write answers for it. All of you are following me? Come back. Look at the other major themes. Truth and reality, I've already told you about it. Character and virtue, I've told you about it. Look at the sub-theme, simplicity. Can you tell me any 2 essay topics which have been asked on simplicity in the last couple of years? 2019, simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. I think 2023 or 24, all ideas having large consequences are always simple. Alright, look at the other sub-theme under character and virtue. You have courage. Your UPSC has asked, courage to accept and dedication to improve are 2 keys to success. Come back. Society and justice, social justice, women, poverty. If you take 2023, that asked the question. The question was this: boys are bound by demands, girls by restrictions. Both are equally harmful discipline. Do you remember that? So I want you to be very good with these 9 themes. There are some technical themes which we will discuss at the fag end of the course, not now. I want you to be good with these 9 themes. 90% of the time, the questions will come from these 9 themes. Am I making my point clear? I hope whatever mains question that they are going to ask is going to be on a reasonable line compared to prelims. Given the last couple of years, mains is a lot more predictable. Howsoever, in the worst case scenario, we will try as much as possible to cover all possible angles. Look at the next one. State and governance, democracy, federalism, judiciary. I was telling you about some technical topics like this. Progress and development, growth, technology, innovation, inspiration for creativity stems from the efforts to observe for the magical in mundane things, innovation. Am I making a point? So we will be discussing all of these 9 themes and their associated sub-themes. Now what I did in the last Elevate Essay course was, I took a theme, let us say truth and reality. I discussed what is truth, what is reality. I gave you some 10 philosophers, some 10 examples like this, 10 psychology theories. I gave you information. Today, we are not going to do that. We have made a slight change. I'll make you acquainted with the change, not now, in the next couple of minutes. But did you note this down? 9 major themes and also sub-themes under it. Come back. Those who have attended OGP classes, you already might be aware what you're supposed to do in terms of essay. What are the basics of it? Howsoever, the next couple of minutes, we will try to cover the basics of essay and then we will jump into the theme, human flourishing. All of you are following me? So when you write an essay, whether you are a fresher, whether you have already given mains, what you need to keep in mind as per the demand of UPSC in present times, make sure that you keep the essay as simple as possible. What I have seen in some students, they try to write like Shashi Tharoor. Their vocabulary is unnecessarily complicated. They will be discussing ideas which are very complicated. When you tend to do that, your essay, the marks in your essay, it reduces. So please don't do that. Keep the essay as simple as possible. Even a layman should be able to read your essay and understand what you have written. Am I making my point clear? Keep the essay simple. You might have seen some of the rank holders, even they are scoring 105, 108 in their essay papers. If you go and look at the mock essays they have written, you can clearly make out that in their essay, unnecessarily they have complicated in some areas. That is why their marks was less. Look at the second one. 3 things. SOS. Structuring, originality, simplicity. Structuring means what? Let us say I have ideas. On a day-to-day basis, when we have food, do we start in the morning with the dinner or do we go with breakfast? Breakfast next, lunch next. This is how it proceeds. When I look at some of the essays that my students write, that basic structuring is missing. Let us say a person will make a point about historical aspect of the given essay topic, and in the next couple of pages he is going to write, let us say, economic aspect, and again he comes back to history. Is it proper structuring or is it haphazard structuring? What do you think? It is haphazard. There is no structuring here whatsoever. You guys agree with me? I will be teaching you how to structure your intro, how to structure the body of the essay, how to structure the conclusion as well. Originality. Now when I say originality, what I exactly mean here is this. Whatever you have read in GS 1, 2, 3 and 4, you can use it in your essay, no problem. Howsoever, if you use the same stock arguments, the same stock examples again and again here, you will not be awarded so much of marks. Couple of days ago, when I was handling an OGP class, I asked them a question. When it comes to white revolution, who comes to our mind? Varghese Kurian. So I asked them a question, apart from Varghese Kurian, can you name at least 5 personalities who played a prominent part in the success of white revolution? Most of them were unable to answer. And you yourself have experienced in your UPSC prelims 2026, your UPSC is directly telling you, it wants you to understand the issue. It wants you to refer newspapers, PIBs, value addition websites, rather than just solely depending on the standard books. Am I right or am I wrong? So develop that originality, read newspapers. All of you are following me. Develop that originality by collecting anecdote and example wherever necessary. And develop originality in terms of how you think. Am I making my point clear? For example, there was this one essay topic that many of you might have written an essay on. The cost of being wrong is less than cost of doing nothing. Did you understand this essay topic? The cost of being wrong is less than cost of doing nothing. Let me take the example of UPSC preparation itself. Here you will find two types of people, two groups of people. The first group of people, they just have the dream. They want to be IAS, IPS and whatnot. And they come to UPSC preparation arena. Once they come, rather than putting efforts, they do nothing. Why is it that they do nothing? Because they are afraid. If they do something and if they are wrong, the society might misjudge them. So they sit silent, they sit idle, and they just go about the classes in a very mechanical sort of way. I think you know some people like that. Am I right or am I wrong? And then there are another group of people. They also want to be IAS and IPS. But the difference is they're putting sincere efforts in such a way, even if they're making mistakes in writing their answers, even if they're making mistakes in terms of asking doubts, whatever it might be, they do that. The cost of being wrong is less than cost of doing nothing. I might make a mistake in my answer writing today, but from that I learn, I improve, and I become an officer. I want to be an IAS, but I'm afraid of making a mistake. I do nothing. I sit idle. Will I become an IAS officer eventually? Absolutely no. You guys agree with me? Most of the people who have written essay on this, the cost of being wrong is less than cost of doing nothing. Most of them who have written, they have written basically about taking risk in life. Am I making my point clear? Taking risk in life. Let us say ISRO. ISRO in its historical evolution, was it sitting silent or did it take risk in life? It took risk in life. That is why it is one of the major space organizations in the world as we speak. Am I right? On the other hand, there is a space agency in Pakistan. That space agency, did it take risk or did it do nothing? Nothing. That is why that space agency is not a major player in the global world. This is the reality. Am I right or am I wrong? 90% of the people who have written essay on this topic, they have basically written why you need to take risk in life. That's it. But the essay topic, originality, the way you think, the cost of being wrong is less than cost of doing nothing. The cost. What is the personal cost when I do nothing? What will be the personal cost? Do you think my dreams will become a reality or will it be shattered? Right. What will be the cost? The cost of money. The cost of energy. You guys agree with me? You have pumped in so many lakhs of rupees into your UPSC preparation. You have pumped in good amount of time in your preparation. Some of you come from good colleges. And when you came across a paper like 2026, it really made you angry. Am I right or am I wrong? Yes. You're worried. Genuinely you're worried. What might happen if I don't succeed in this examination? The cost angle. Am I right or am I wrong? Imagine I do nothing in my life. I just have dreams. I do nothing. 5 years down the line, the cost of that will be regrets. You guys agree with me? Yes. Am I making my point clear? Imagine ISRO had done nothing in terms of space operations, providing space services. Do you think in terms of growth and development, India could have achieved its present growth? Not possible, right? The cost angle. Many people miss this completely. Originality means what? Not only giving unique examples, unique philosophers, not just that. Originality means in terms of how you think. Am I making my point clear? Many people write an essay, best lessons are learned from bitter experiences. 90% of the time, most of them, they focus just on bitter experience, bitter experience. But opposite of bitter is what? Sweet. And there are some experiences which are bitter, I agree. Some experiences which are sweet, and some experiences are bittersweet. Very few people showcase originality in terms of exploring bittersweet as well as sweet experiences. Am I making my point clear? The reason why originality is reducing is because we have lost the habit of reading. We don't write as much as you should. I've had students who are already rank holders. Now, when they got a rank, they scored well in their essay papers. When I say scored well, 114, 116, like that. Now, next time when they were writing mains again, I used to ask them, have you practiced your essay? But they used to say, sir, I'll practice some 3 to 4 essay. Since I scored good last time around, this time also I will score very well. This was the confidence they had. And a teacher should also know when he should push his students and when he should not. I used to caution them, don't have this overconfidence, it might backfire. But they listen to whatever extent they have to, some they don't. They wrote the mains, they were expecting good marks in the essay paper, but the next time when they got the mark sheet, their essay scores from 114, they had reduced to 85, 90, 93. These things will not work out for you. You have to read, keep reading. You have to keep writing. Whether you're a rank holder, fresher, doesn't matter. Have a diverse reading habit. Write as much as possible. And please do not think in a very template approached based manner, formula based manner that you come across on YouTube, Telegram or any other place. Am I making my point? One change that I have made in this particular course is this. I will be sharing you popular essays written by people such as George Orwell, Albert Camus. I will not be discussing whole of their essay, but some passages. I'm going to make you observe how they wrote those passages. I'm going to make you observe what were the ideas in those passages. So that when you pick up the newspaper, when you go back home, you also are able to observe the tricks that they use, the strategy that they use, and you can reciprocate the same thing even in your essays. Am I making my point clear? Come back, come back. That is what originality means. Simplicity, I've already told you. Basic grammar does matter. No matter how good you are in English, you will be making certain grammatical errors, that is for granted. Howsoever, if you keep on making some very mundane, trivial grammar errors, if you don't know where a preposition must go, if you're not acquainted how to use a tense, past, present, future, if you don't know how to use first person narrative, second person narrative, third person narrative, direct, indirect speech, even the usage of punctuations, if you're not aware of it, scoring good in essay is not easy. And most of us, even at this age, are we very good with grammar or do we have imperfections in it? We have imperfections. You have to start working on it. So go back to your school textbooks. I remember I still have in my home a book called as Run and Martin, W-R-E-N, Run and Martin. So if you have certain grammatical issues, go back to books like this and start working on it. UPSC is not going to change. UPSC has set for itself certain standards and it wants the students to change themselves to those standards. If you do not change and if you resist to change, no matter how much of efforts, time you put across, scoring marks in essay paper is never going to be easy. Am I making my point clear? Look at the next one. Practical implications should be addressed. Any philosophical essay topic that they give you, what I have observed in those people who scored just around 100, 110, they write the philosophical essay topic in way to philosophical and abstract manner. Don't do this. You have to bring some current affairs. You have to bring certain practical considerations. For example, contentment is natural wealth. Materialism is artificial poverty. Imagine the practical implications. We are living in a content society or are we living in a materialistic society? Materialistic. So my question to you, after capitalism came into picture, materialism increased. Is capitalism based on the foundation of materialism? These are practical questions. Am I right or am I wrong? You are supposed to explore it. If you're just writing Epicurean philosophy for that essay topic, it's not going to serve your purpose. Am I making my point clear? Truth knows no color. We are living in 21st century where you have a phenomenon called as post-truth. Am I right or am I wrong? In a post-truth situation, the objective facts don't matter. You guys, you have heard of this, post-truth. In this post-truth world, objective facts don't matter. It's the emotional cues. Am I right or am I wrong? I have seen many people write essay on this topic, but very few of them have ever mentioned something called as post-truth. अर्थ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ತಾನೆ? The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. Now, if you're writing this essay topic in way to philosophical manner without writing its practical implication, in 21st century, there will be war. Am I right or am I wrong? Some wars are violent in nature, some might be non-violent. For example, your trade war, is it violent or non-violent? No, it's a non-violent method, but still it causes pain. Am I right or am I wrong? So as far as human beings are considered, as far as inequitable distribution of resources are considered, in such type of a world, war will always be there. Some wars might turn violent, like Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Palestine, Iran and everything. Some might have that non-violent nature, but still it will be causing pain. How to deal with this? That is where your practical implication comes. Let us say vaccine Maitri initiative of your country, India. Let us say signing bilateral trade agreements with certain countries. Let us say becoming part of some multi-organization, multi-body organization. Am I making my point clear? अर्थ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ತಾನೆ? Let us say increasing strategic alliance or partnership with some countries. Improving trade connections between two countries. Imagine I have enemy with this country, but I establish trade contacts in such a way that there is a lot more codependency, mutual dependency on each other. Do you think I will ever wage a war in normal circumstances? No, right? The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. There is an enemy. Let me establish trade contacts. There is dependency on both of the sides. War will not be something which I will be thinking on this as a priority. You guys agree with me? Practical implications must be there. Muddy water is best cleared when left alone. Most of the times you are worried. I've become part of this UPSC preparation. I've given 1, 2, 3, whatever attempts you have given so far. You're worried. Where is my life heading? Am I going to spend all of my 20s here itself? Muddy water, is it something which is going to be clean, or do you think it is going to be filled with many pollutants? Pollutants, am I right? Imagine a glass of water. It has mud water. It also has water, pure water. If you just keep the glass of water on the table, what will happen to the muddy waters? After some time, it will settle at the bottom. So all of the worries that you have, those worries can be sorted, provided you have patience, provided you have restraint. Most of the times in life, our problems are complicated in terms of how we react to it. Am I right or am I wrong? And if you look at the 21st century world, we are living in such an impatient world. You guys agree with me? The amount of suicides that you're learning about, that you're reading about, is staggering. Just a couple of days ago, I heard of an incident where a student, 18-year-old student, I guess, because of this NEET examination fiasco, that student committed suicide. Maybe even you have read about it. Yes. I understand any student, when they come across a tough paper like what we got last time around, you will feel irritated. Whatever NTA did, you will feel irritated. I completely agree. But I wish I could say to them, all these things, they're going to settle at the end of the day.
NTA conducting the examination again, right? It might cause frustration, irritation, but it is not worth you losing your life. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ತಾನೆ? In our life, there will always be situations. But how you react to that situation, that is where the real wisdom lies. You guys agree with me? Many of the people who score less in their essay papers, they don't talk about the practical implications. That is why they end up making mistakes. Am I making my point clear? Look at the next one. Don't strictly adhere to age-old template approach. Age-old template approach, you might have heard in some YouTube videos that if you take an essay, first part of the essay, give thesis for argument. Next part of the essay, give against arguments. Next, you give best of both. Thesis for arguments, antithesis against arguments, synthesis, best of for, best of against. Am I making my point clear? That type of template approach, blueprint approach is not going to work anymore. Some of you might have even heard of a template approach called as PESTLE. So you're supposed to write, let us say I've given you an essay topic, you will write a political angle to it, an economic angle, an environment angle, science and technology, legal angle. When I was an aspirant, all of these approaches, PESTLE, your debate, your problem solution, all of them used to work. We were given good marks. But in the present time, if you are going to use that template approach, you might not score that kind of a high mark, so please be careful. And look at the last thing. Read and write as much as possible. Do not limit yourself to the standard books that you come across in UPSC preparation. Start with newspapers, value addition website, some good YouTube channels you can follow. Non-UPSC related YouTube channels, School of Life, School of Philosophy, like that. Look into this one. Have you heard of a guy called George Orwell? George Orwell, the author. Can you mention some of the important books that he wrote? 1984, Animal Farm. Now, George Orwell has written a lot of essays, shooting an elephant, and some other essays. Someone has made a compilation and they have released a book. What is the name of this? Shooting an Elephant. I don't know how many of you know this. George Orwell used to work for British bureaucracy. He was your IPS officer back then. He was working in Burma. What is Burma called as of now? Myanmar. Very good. Am I making my point clear? Develop a reading habit. Why you should develop a reading habit? When I read this essay, Shooting an Elephant, the premise is very simple. Sometimes you might have heard that these elephants, they become quite rowdy, they become quite aggressive, and they start killing people, they start destroying property. Am I right or am I wrong? There was a lone tusker who had become very aggressive and he killed people, he destroyed public property. Look at that. The first one, how he explains the essay. What was the crisis? A lone tusker. Just a second. A lone tusker who had become quite aggressive, killed people and destroyed property. That was the crisis. And what was the job George Orwell used to do when he was in Burma? An IPS officer. The discovery. So he was told, George Orwell was told, you need to deal with this situation. So George Orwell, he takes his gun, Winchester rifle, and then he discovers the elephant after some time, but by this time around, the elephant has calmed down. It has sobered up. It was eating grass in some field. Am I making my point clear? It was eating grass in some field. I think you might have come across stories like this when you're reading newspapers as well. Lone tusker killing people. After some days, I discovered that lone tusker, but he is no longer aggressive. He is calm, he is sobered up, he is eating food in some field. Now the guy has to kill it. Now when he looks back, he sees many Burmese people standing behind him. What do you think the Burmese people are expecting him to do? Shoot an elephant. The elephant is calm. So here, will it not create a pressure in the minds of the officer? George Orwell, he talks about this pressure. He had to shoot that particular elephant because the Burmese people were expecting that. He shot the elephant, and the action, how the elephant died in an agonizing way. For 30 minutes, it was in pain. After 30 minutes, it lost its life. Am I making my point clear? Look at the approach here. Has he said political, economic, science and technology, legal? Pestle approach has he used? Has he spoken about your thesis, antithesis, synthesis? No. So when you read essay, you will understand what are the different types of blueprints you can use when you're writing an essay. When you're writing an essay. Let us say I give you an essay topic. It is best to see life as a journey and not as a destination. Let us say I've given you this topic. What is the name of the topic? It is best to see life as a journey and not as a destination. How will you start writing an essay? In the present time, what is the crisis? Are we leading life as if it is a journey, or are we leading life as if it is a destination? Destination, am I right? My friend at the last, white color t-shirt. Yes, sir. What's your name? Ashish, where are you from? Andhra, is it OGP or non-OGP? Non-OGP, is it? Okay, listen to me, Ashish. Now, when you woke up in the morning, when you're sitting in my class as of now, are you seeing life as a journey or as a destination? Let's be honest. As a journey, hey, come on. Then you are different than me. There are days when I wake up in the morning, all that I can think about is when will I go to bed again? When will the day end? Am I right or am I wrong? There, when I'm thinking of ending the day as soon as possible, am I thinking life as a journey or as a destination? Destination, am I right? So the crisis, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, wherever you go in the present time, we are leading our life not as a journey, but rather as a destination. This is creating various types of crisis in our life. What could be one such crisis? When you lead life as a destination, you might miss out on small little things that might happen in life. Am I right or am I wrong? That's a crisis. You guys agree with me? When you see life as a destination, by 21, 22, you need to have a degree. You need to go for masters in some elite colleges in this country or maybe in the world. You need to get a job. You need to get married, have children. Am I right or am I wrong? Make good amount of money so that you can build a home, maybe a Porsche car. And by the time that you are old enough, maybe you can buy some acres of land and do agriculture even though you don't know anything about agriculture. This is what is the destination that is given to us. This is what is the blueprint given to us. Am I right or am I wrong? This is the crisis. When I'm leading the life that is given to me by someone else, will I have identity clarity or will I have identity crisis? That is the thing. So when I was reading this essay, my mind was not reading it in a superficial manner. My mind was engaged with it. So let us say it is best to see life as a journey, not as a destination. I start writing the body of the essay by explaining a little bit about this crisis in the present times. What is the next step? The discovery. What will I write in the discovery? Mr. Ashish from Andhra. Which part of Andhra, sir? Visakhapatnam. Very good. One of my friend is also from there, Nikhil Boddu. All right. Have you heard of him? Yes. How is he doing? He is here in Bangalore, I know, but not in Chandralevut. He left Chandralevut a couple of years ago. Did you go to his wedding? It was like a 1 week's bonanza. So tell me, sir, any spiritual thinker that you follow? Sadhguru? Okay. I don't like him, but I'll respect your opinion. So let us say Mr. Ashish, he is facing all of this crisis, and one fine day he goes to Sadhguru's spiritual retreat or something like that. Satsang, something like that. So Sadhguru tells him few things. It is best to see life as a journey and not as a destination. I've seen movies such as Eat, Pray, Love. It had Julia Roberts in it. There she lives behind the fast-paced life.
that she had in America or London, I forgot which place it was. She comes to India, I think she goes to places like Rishikesh. And then she discovers why she need to slow down and enjoy the small little things in life. Each and every relationship in life. Improve the quality of such relationship. The discovery. Am I making my point clear? I've seen many colleagues of mine, I've seen some of my students also go to this satsang retreat, Rishikesh and all of these things. When they are here in Rishikesh for 10, 15 days, they are very happy. They are leading their life as a journey, not as a destination. But after those 10 days when they come to Bangalore, what do you see? The pressure, right? The pressure, it continues. You have to get up Monday morning, you have to go take up a class. You have your job, you have your preparation. You know what is it that you have to do, but there is something which is pulling you away from it. You don't want to, but it is still pulling you away. That's the pressure, right? How you deal with this dilemma, that is where the action lies. That is where the wisdom lies. Do you think I can leave everything behind? My family, my job, my city, necessities. Do you think I can leave everything behind, go to your Himalayas and become a sannyasi so easily? Even if I wanted to, it's not easy. The pressures are there. Am I right or am I wrong? Likewise, it is best to see life as a journey, not as a destination. You can start with the crisis in the modern times. How you discovered the truth, it is best to see life as a journey. But what is the pressure in following this? And how I need to balance the both. How I need to change my actions. That is where you have to showcase originality. Am I making my point? You might be going through various value addition notes given by XYZ institution, including ours. I'm not denying that. I'm not saying that you should not go through. But please remember, many students will be reading the same value addition notes. Am I right? They will be starting to buy-heart it. That is not going to work out. When you open Hindu newspaper on a Sunday, they might have given a book review. Am I right or am I wrong? When you open Indian Express on a Sunday, I remember at the last page, there is a guy, I forgot his name, I'm sorry. He will be writing about various places in this world and how he went there. Travel log. It is like a travel log. Am I making my point clear? Let us say he goes to a place called as Corsica. He talks about what are the good things in Corsica, the people and everything like that. You're learning something. You're experiencing something. Am I right or am I wrong? That content should come across in its own organic way in your essay as well. Superficially enu tarbardu. Superficially you should not bring anything. I have told you about George Orwell. I have told you about one of his essays, Shooting an Elephant. I have explained to you what was the structure. Sir, I know this. Next essay, whatever essay I write, I am going to bring it. Don't be pressurizing yourself like this. This is very narrow thinking. Only if shooting an elephant and the structure in it can be brought out in an organic manner, then you write. If not, go for other structure. Am I making my point clear? All of you. Like this. All of you are following me. So don't go with the same old template approach. It is not going to help you in any possible way. All of you are following me. Come back, come back, come back. Look into this. I want you to read the essay, read the passage which is there on the board. This is from Shooting an Elephant. One of the passages that I like, I have taken it. Look into this. Look into this. 74 is a good score. I hope you do clear, my dear friend. Look into this. I perceived at this moment that when the white man turns tyrant, tyrant means what? Someone who is a very noble leader or someone who is like a dictator. Dictator. I perceived at this moment that when the white man turns dictator, it is his own freedom that he destroys. Imagine an MLA or an MP, he becomes a dictator. When he becomes a dictator, it is his own freedom that he destroys. He becomes a sort of hollow, posing dummy. The conventionalized figure of a sahib. That was the term that we used to use for British officers. Am I right, sahib? For it is the condition of his rule that he shall spend his life in trying to impress the natives. And so in every crisis, he has got to do what the natives expect of him. He wears a mask and his face grows to fit it. Now this is a passage from that essay that I like the most. I'll try to simplify it. Who are some of the dictators who come to your mind the moment I say the term dictator? Arsha, dictators. Idi Amin, okay, in the present times. Kim Jong-un, am I right or am I wrong? Kim Jong-un. Now Kim Jong-un, people have given him a persona that he does not cry. He's very strict, disciplined. Am I right or am I wrong? So imagine Kim Jong-un, when he was young, he used to like playing basketball. He used to like to go out, enjoy his life. But now that he has become a dictator, can he do all of those things or his freedom has gone by? He no longer has that freedom. Am I right or am I wrong? Kim Jong-un, when he was young, he used to enjoy life, experience each and everything. But now that he has become a dictator, he is expected to act in a certain way, speak in a certain way. That freedom he loses, a tyrant loses, a dictator loses. That is what he is saying. When Britishers were ruling our country, were they noble leaders or were they dictators? Here, your George Orwell is giving an important perspective as a white sahib, as a British officer. Am I making my point? When you become a dictator, there are many people who believe that you're going to enjoy your life. Not necessarily. A dictator also suffers in their own way. That is what he's saying. Am I making my point clear? Please come back. Listen to this. For it is the condition of his rule that he shall spend his life in trying to impress the natives. So Kim Jong-un or any dictator at any given point in time, Idi Amin or whatever, whomsoever it might be, what will they be trying to do at the end of the day? Trying to lead the life for themselves or for the natives? Natives, am I right or am I wrong? They will be trying to impress them. They will become hollow. They will become dummy. It will be like as if they're wearing a mask on their face. Is that a very enjoyable, pleasurable life, or is it a very boring, painful, monotonous life? Boring, paining, monotonous life. I read this passage. Now, my question to you is this. Imagine I give you power. How will you utilize that power? Responsible or irresponsible? Responsible way. Am I making my point clear? You won't become a dictator. If you become a dictator, you will become a hollow dummy. You will be losing your own freedom. And whatever activities you do it to impress the natives, not because you genuinely want to do anything. Am I making my point? So develop the habit of reading essays. In the course of our classes, I will be introducing you to many passages like this, many essays like this, written by great personalities. I will make you observe the structure. I will give you some content like this and also teach you where you can apply it. I want you to do it. And whenever you have time, follow certain websites where the essays written by George Orwell might be shared for free. Maybe buy some books where they have compiled some important essays of personalities like George Orwell, Albert Camus, and you can read it. Am I making my point clear? Come back. Listen to me. Now the basic structure in your essay remains the same. Whatever I taught in your OGP classes, it will be quite same here as well. So let us say, in the essay, how will you structure it? Intro, body, and what is the last one? Conclusion. So your intro, I want it to be around 200 words. Maximum 250, not more than that. Conclusion, 150 to 200 words, not more than that. When you take your intro, I've already told you it has three components in it. What are the three components? One is hook. Another one is background information. The last one is thesis statement. What is a hook? You're aware of this. What is a hook? Let us say I've given you an essay topic. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. This topic was asked in CAPF paper not long ago. All right. Good. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of this? Try to attempt. Please talk. Please interact. If you don't interact, my Sunday will be very monotonous. My friend over here. Black t-shirt. Black shirt. Yes, sir. What's your name? I forgot. Rohan. Rohan, tell me. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. What does it mean? When you were young, what was the thing that gave you the most joy? Going out. Okay. Madam. Specs. What's your name, madam? Sorry? Nikita. Now, when you were young, what was that one activity that gave you joy? Praying. Playing. Playing what? Badminton. Do you not play badminton now? But once in a while. Okay, okay. Ashish, what gives you joy? Playing, going out, already used. Sorry? Automobiles, good. Driving? Okay, good. Anyone who gets the joy by trying different types of food? I know there will be some people. Yes, madam, thank you. I also belong to your group, don't worry. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. There are three terms here which I want you to understand. One is pleasure. The other one is happiness. And the third one is what? Joy. What is the term that I've used here? Pleasure, happiness or joy? Joy. Listen to me. Joy is something internal. Am I making my point clear? Joy is something internal. Happiness is associated with certain external events. Am I making my point clear? Imagine I compliment a certain individual based on their preparation, sincerity, that might make them happy. Why did they become happy? Because I complimented them in front of everyone. Am I right? Joy is what? That will be internal. It does not have any external circumstance associated with it. Am I making my point clear? There is no external reason associated with it. Internal. Imagine you have been preparing and you're doing all the targets consistently, you're practicing consistently. This gives you a joy in itself. Am I right or am I wrong? I can give you an analogy. A mother, when she is taking care of her sick child, now do you think that is something which will create a pleasure in her? Sensory pleasure in her? No. Do you think it will create happiness in her, taking care of her sick child? But there is some joy in taking care of the sick child, because being a mother, being a father, there's something inherently beautiful about it. Am I right or am I wrong? All of you. Listen to me. So one of your friend, Rohan, he told me, sir, I like to travel. I still remember the very first time I went to Kodachadri Hills with my friends, engineering friends. I think it was in first year of engineering. It was absolutely beautiful. The trekking part, magnificent. It was a rainy season back then. Leeches were quite a lot. We were bitten by many leeches. Some leeches which had bitten us, it had sucked blood to such an extent it had become quite obese as well. But nevertheless, for the very first time, going out of the house with friends, enjoying in every which way possible, 15, 16 years has gone by, and still, the moment I recall, it creates joy in me. Joy is much more long term. Am I right or am I wrong? I remember the first time I saw Joke Falls when I was young. I hope you know what is Joke Falls. Am I right? I remember the first time I saw Joke Falls when I was young, when all this global warming, climate change, it was not a thing at that point in time.
The intensity of the joke falls. Even before you reach joke falls, you could hear the roar of the joke falls. Am I making my point clear? Even now when I think about it, I still get goosebumps. Joy. What is beautiful? Who is beautiful? Someone or something that creates a joy in you forever. All of you were born post 2000 or someone in the 90s as well. Post 2000 only. Okay. When you were growing up, I'm guessing there were certain songs that you liked hearing. Am I right or am I wrong? It's been so many years since you have heard that song, but the moment you go back to hearing the song for the very first time now, does it give you some sort of joy or no joy at all? Correct? That is it. Am I making my point clear? A thing of beauty is a joy forever. William Wordsworth, one of the greatest writers of English literature, he talks about how he visited certain places when he was young, these nature-related places, and how even though he was in the midst of London, all he had to do was close his eyes and imagine that place, and it used to fill him with joy. Most of the times in our life, we are not getting the joy. Is it not? Happiness, external thing. I buy you a gift, happy. Am I making my point clear? But the joy that should come when you're preparing, when you're writing answers, when you're thinking some good observations, the joy might not be there as much as it should be. Am I right or am I wrong? A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Here, what was the hook that I used? I used the hook of which one? William Wordsworth and his poetry. I used the hook of your own life. Am I right or am I wrong? I was born in the 1990s. I don't know what they call the generation as. I'm pretty sure it's not Gen Z. Gen Alpha, is it? Whatever it might be, who cares? Millennials. I have never really understood these classifications. Come back, come back. Listen to me. So for someone in the 1990s, we have nostalgia. There are times when I hear the song after some 10, 15 years and I hear the song and all those memories that I had in my past, they come rushing. Back in those times, we did not have your Spotify, Wink, Ghana, anything like that. We had this channel called as MTV, and in watching MTV, you had to be very careful. All right, very careful you had to be, because MTV at times they used to show advertisements and everything, and these were a little bit unparliamentary. If your parents were there, right, pakka you would have been punished. So the moment any advertisement like that came, within a fraction of a second, like how Dhoni does stumping, we used to change the channel. But nevertheless, that childhood, that memory, it still fills you with joy. So maybe a hook like that. Hook is what? An interesting story, an imaginary story, a book reference, a movie reference, a contextual reference that you bring so that you give a glimpse of the essay topic in your hook. Am I making my point clear? All of you. Have you heard of this lady called as Priyanka Chopra or even Shah Rukh Khan? These are people who are considered as good orators, meaning they speak well. Whenever they start speaking, do they start speaking just like that, or do they use some anecdotes, stories from their own life? Whenever you talk about Shah Rukh Khan, most of the times he talks about how he came from Delhi to Mumbai to start his career. Am I right or am I wrong? He gives certain anecdotes from his own life. He makes people interested in his life, the struggles he went through, and then he introduces the main message, the moral message. You guys agree with me? Like that. So hook is that part of the introduction where you're going to try to attract the reader by giving some imaginary story or a real life story, or maybe a book reference, a movie reference. Like this, there are many strategies. I will teach you that later on. Don't worry. But do you understand this hook, what it means? Courage to accept and dedication to improve are two keys to success. Courage to accept and dedication to improve are two keys to success. So imagine I ask Mr. Harsha, what does success mean to him? What is the formula of success? He says to me, sir, formula of success is courage to accept. That is first part. Plus dedication to improve. So I ask him to give an effective hook. So I want him to give me some personality. Which personality do you think Harsha will give? Courage to accept and dedication to improve, or 2 keys to success? Harsha, which anecdote, which real life story will you give, sir? Hey, Shah Rukh Khan done. Darshan done. Anyone other than that? Pawan Kalyana. Deputy CM Alva Adhika. Adbitti. Anyone other than that? See, I am someone who likes to be unique. So if you're going for the same Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, it becomes quite boring. So think of any other DRDO or ISRO scientist. Don't say, Sir, Homi Jahangir Baba, Vikram Sarabhai. Again, stock examples. Nambi Narayan, stock example. Dr. Prahlada Ramarao. Go home and find out who he is. Dr. Prahlada Ramarao. Now today, when I was reading the newspaper, I came across this very exciting news about Pragnananda. Harsha, why is he in news, Pragnananda? Yes, he won the Norway chess title. Now, what happened was, I was following this Norway chess tournament. Before the tournament started, all these women chess players, they were asked the question, who is going to win the Norway chess tournament? All right. So you have Pragnananda, you have your Gukesh, then you have your Magnus Carlsen, many other players were playing. All these women players, most of them, they told Magnus is going to win. Am I making my point clear? Magnus is going to win. But as the tournament progressed, we saw how Indian players performed. Pragnananda started well, but in the middle he started to lose match. But the last 4 chess matches that he played, he won all the 4 chess matches, and eventually he won the Norway chess title, the first person to do it. I like chess, I follow chess. Pragnananda's form was not as good or as great it should have been in the last couple of years. But he had the courage to accept that his form is not as good as it should be. He showcased the dedication to improve. And that is why he ended up becoming the first Indian to win the Norway chess title. Am I making my point? So be clear. I don't want you to just go for D. Gukesh, Vishwanathan Anand. If you know any other sports athletes, go for it. Scientists, go for it. Writers, go for it. But be unique. Am I making my point clear? Courage to accept, dedication to improve. I'm going to take the hook of R. Pragnananda and connect that to essay topic. When I connect R. Pragnananda winning Norway chess title to the courage that he showcased and dedication that he showcased to win the title, then background information is done. What is the next thing? Thesis. In the upcoming essay, in the next few pages, how to develop this courage, how to showcase sustained dedication so that success becomes a natural and lived reality, and if any other factors are there. That is thesis statement. Thesis is basically like a trailer, and it is here that you can give your opinion as well regarding that essay topic. So in the next few pages, I will be discussing how courage to accept our flaws and dedication to improve it will be discussed. I firmly believe apart from courage and dedication, there are other factors as well, such as perseverance, humility, honesty, integrity. So here I am giving my opinion with respect to that essay topic. Am I right or am I wrong? Like this, all of you are following me. What are the various hook strategies? I will teach you that later. But did you understand the structure of an introduction? Look at this introduction given by a topper. Sorry. Look at this. The mind is everything. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. This is by a topper. I know the logo over there is not of Insights IAS. Don't go and complain now. At the young age of 11 years, a boy hailing from a town of Tamil Nadu said on camera,
when asked about his goals, that I want to become youngest world chess champion. So here, do you think the rank holder is just starting with Gukesh, or is he giving some context? Is he painting a picture? He's painting a picture, am I right? When I told you about R. Pragnananda winning a chess title, did I just say recently in Norway Chess Championship, R. Pragnananda won, or did I talk about that interview with women chess players? There are some 8 women chess players. When we asked all these 8 women chess players who might win the tournament, 6 of them told Magnus Carlsen. No one told R. Pragnananda. But he proved all of them wrong. Am I making my point? Painting a picture. Look into this one. 7 years onwards, the boy defeated his Chinese counterpart Ding Liren to become world's youngest chess champion at the age of 18 years. The boy is none other than Gukesh Dommaraju, India's chess prodigy and reigning world chess champion. This part of introduction, what do we call it as? Hook. The hook has to be simple, it has to be interesting, it should correspond to the given essay topic. Will I stop only with this hook, or will I give some background information? Background information means what? How the example of D. Gukesh will connect to this given essay topic. Look at what the rank holder has written. Gukesh's success highlights the adage or saying that if you can think it in the mind, you can achieve it, as mind is everything, what you think you become. So whatever example this rank holder has given, he has connected that to the given essay topic indirectly or directly. Whatever example your rank holder has given here, D. Gukesh, has he connected that to the given essay topic in a direct way or an indirect way? Tell me. Direct way. Why are you so afraid? Why are you so scared? That is what you are supposed to do. What many of the students do is, they focus on giving the extraordinary hook, but they do not connect that hook to the given essay topic. That is why they are marked less in the UPSC papers. So be careful. So he has written the example of Gukesh, and he said the Gukesh's mind visualized, and it was the Gukesh's mental resilience which made him become the world chess champion. Look at the next thing. While moving forward, we must ask ourselves that why thinking plays a crucial role in making what we become. What are obstacles in thinking or limitations on our thinking? What are dangers associated, and how to nurture our mind for successful future? This part of the introduction is called what? First one was hook, this one is background, and that one is thesis. Am I making my point clear? Now, if you're starting to write an essay now, I should recommend that you write thesis statement also. Howsoever, after some 15-20 essays, if you want to skip thesis, you can, not a problem. There is no compulsion that you have to write a thesis in all essays, not at all. Hook and background information must be there. Thesis is optional. Why is it that I want you to write thesis in the first 15-20 essay? Because writing thesis, it will give you a flow, it will give you a blueprint. Based on that flow, based on that blueprint, you can write the next few pages. Am I making my point clear? Have you heard of a guy called as Anudeep Duri Shetty? Anudeep Duri Shetty, he has written quite a few essays. He has written a book about answer writing, and in that answer writing book, he has mentioned quite clearly, thesis is optional. Am I making my point? So don't have this mental burden that I have to write thesis in every essay. All of you are following me? And look at his introduction, 1.5 to 2 pages maximum, not more than that. Is he using any extraordinary Shashi Tharoor type of vocabulary, or is it simple? Is he giving unnecessary details about Gukesh, or only what is required? Only what is required. I remember some of you, rather than real personality like this, you start using imaginary stories. Once upon a time. Now, when you go for this imaginary stories, you become like Ekta Kapoor. All right. You go for extraordinary description of that village, of the characters in it, the family of the characters. It's not required. All of you are following me? It's not required. So please be careful.
Now, there are some individuals like this rank holder who are writing introductions like this using a hook based on real personalities. Anecdotes are becoming more and more popular. Now you tell me, I am an evaluator. I am evaluating 13,000 copies, let us say, and everyone is writing anecdote based hook. Will I find it anything unique, or will it be quite monotonous? Monotonous, am I right? So that is why you need to have other hook strategies. Anecdote is real life event. Imaginary story. All right, imaginary story. In the group that I have, quite recently, I posted a very interesting comic strip. It was about the monkey and its thoughts. Now, in the last couple of classes, I remember one of my students, he told me, I asked him a very simple question. What is happiness as per him? All right, let's ask our Ashish. What is happiness as per you, sir? Only one argument I want you to give me. Aram se. Accept life as it is. Good. Harsha, what is happiness as per you? Staying away from wives. Okay. Worries. Good. Worries, he said. Listen to me. My student, his name is Bhargav, he told me, sir, my understanding of happiness is thoughtlessness. You know what is thoughtlessness? Mind should be calm, it should be serene, you should not be thinking anything. It's very difficult to achieve that state. Am I right or am I wrong? Because at any given point in time, this bloody brain is always active. And it becomes even more active when you're about to sleep. Am I right or am I wrong? I would have kept my alarm for some 7 hours. When I sleep for first 1 hour, I can't sleep because so many thoughts are running in my mind. I feel irritated. 1 hour auto chalant. So I push my alarm by 1 more hour. But again, the sleep does not come. It eludes you. Am I right or am I wrong? Thoughtlessness. He gave me this answer. I was very much happy with his answer. So one imaginary story I had created with this thoughtlessness. A monkey had gone to drink water from a pond. So when it dipped its hand to drink water, what happened in the water? Was it still or did it see ripples? Ripples. So monkey saw its reflections in that water, disturbed water, and the monkey started to think, oh, I'm aging, I'm looking different. Other monkeys might make fun of me. This is what Harsha very beautifully said, worries. Am I making my point clear? So the monkey was completely worried. It did not know what to do, what not to do. It had become quite irritating to be in that presence. For anyone to be with that monkey, it had become very irritating. Am I making my point clear? All of you, listen to me. So I think it was a tortoise. It walks up to that particular monkey and says to the monkey, you're not the reflection, you're not the water, you're different. Understand this reality. You're not the reflection in that water, you're different. Understand that reality and you will stop worrying about it so much. It also gave an analogy. Your mind is like that sky. And whatever thoughts are there are like clouds. Now the clouds, do they just come and stay there or do they pass on? Likewise, your mind should allow these thoughts to move. You should not hold on to these thoughts way too much. If you hold on to these thoughts way too much, you will see a distorted perception of who you are. It was a very beautiful teaching. Am I right or am I wrong? So there are imaginary stories like this that you can use in your essay topics wherever it naturally fits, organically fits. For example, thought finds a word and creates one also. Let us say I have an imaginary character called as Harsha. All right. Now Harsha's thought process, let us say it can be 3 things. Harsha's thought process can be optimistic. It can be pessimistic or it can be pragmatic. Optimistic means what? Hope. Pessimistic means what? Negative. Pragmatic means what? Based on reality. So imagine there is an imaginary character called as Harsha. He comes across a situation Now, in front of him, there are three options to react to these situations in an optimistic way, in a pragmatic way, in a pessimistic way. If he reacts to it in an optimistic way, he will create one word. If he reacts to it in a pessimistic way, he will create one word. If he reacts to it in a pragmatic way, he will create another word. Am I right or am I wrong? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ತಾನೆ? So for any given essay topic, you can create imaginary stories as well. That's not at all a problem. But you should be good at creating imaginary stories. And imaginary stories, should it be very long or should it be very precise? It should be very precise. When I've taken OGP classes for you, I might have told you about a rank holder who gave a very famous imaginary story. So there was this girl. Now the girl has a dream. And in that particular dream, she sees four people. Nehru, Sarojini Naidu, M.R. Jaikar, and let us say your Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. All of these four people are discussing the nature of constitution. How should a constitution be like? That was an imaginary story. It was written very beautifully. I remember another student of ours, OGP student, he is an IPS officer as of now, Abhishil. Now he had written a story, a hook, an imaginary story where he was watching something on the National Geography, Animal Planet, Discovery Channel, where they were showcasing some mass migration of birds. So when he was reading that mass migration of birds, his mind thought of a certain idea. That idea was connected to the given essay topic and he writes very beautifully. Am I making my point clear? Now, can you tell me any recent news where birds, animals had become viral in the whole world? For example, there was this penguin. That penguin was walking along. Do you remember that? That had become quite viral. Yes. Any other animal, any other bird which had gone viral in the last couple of months? Monkey, right? Where was this monkey? In China or Japan? Japan, I forgot, whichever country it might be. The monkey, even though in that particular enclosure many other monkeys were there, the monkey was not accepted in any other group. It was all alone. Am I right or am I wrong? It used to drag a toy with it. Am I right or am I wrong? Like that. All of you are following me. Eventually, I was quite happy to know that this monkey, it found a friend in someone else. But this small story, this small video, it connected with many people in this world. My question is, why did many people connect with that story, that monkey story? Why did they feel for that monkey? Please tell me. This lonely monkey in an enclosure which was not accepted by others, which was dragging some toy just so it could feel accepted. Why did many people all across the world connect with this story? I want answer for this, please. Go ahead. Sorry? It reflects ourselves. Yes. What aspect of ourselves is getting reflected there, madam? The solitary life, the isolationist life. Am I right or am I wrong? Yeah. Hmm. No, I completely understand the issue. Good. I wanted this one. So, women who have given birth to a child, apart from the physical toll, it takes a lot of mental toll. Because of that mental toll, a mother might not be able to take care of the child as much as she has to. Even though she might love the kid, she might not be able to. So many women might have connected with that story. That is what madam is saying, and that is absolutely beautiful. Good point. Other than that, why did we connect with that story so much? Yes, sir. Absolutely right. We've all been in that situation where we wanted to be accepted in a group, because man is what type of an animal? A social animal. We wanted to be accepted in the group, but the group dynamics were so toxic that they did not accept you for whatever reason it might have been. Hmm. Hmm. No, I completely understand, madam. Now you have to think in a multi-dimensional way. One angle you get, that's correct. Other than that, look at our world. We have so many social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and whatnot. You have hundreds of friends in that particular social media channel, am I right? But our need to be a part of something genuine, something meaningful, is it met or is it still unmet? Generally speaking. Unmet, am I right? Like that. All of you are following me. There is a very beautiful essay topic which was asked many years ago. Compassion is the basis of all morality. The mother had to showcase compassion to the child, but the mother was unable to do because of the delivery, post-delivery mental health issues, let us say. The child, the monkey, started to search for that compassion from the friends, but the friends did not give. Am I making my point clear? So it used the toy like that. If you do not get that love, if you do not get that compassion from father, mother, teacher, friends, whatever it might be, the toy using which you will try to find that love and compassion could be your social media. And do you think social media can genuinely give you that sense of belongingness, or will it give rise to FOMO, anxiety and depression in you? Alva? So you can use these type of things as well. Am I making my point? That penguin story, again, that became quite viral. So come back. You can create an imaginary story keeping all of these things in mind. Book reference. So don't start. The essay written by George Orwell, titled Shooting an Elephant. That is a very boring, monotonous way of writing an essay. Rather than that, start by painting a picture. All of you are following me. Nearly all men can face adversity. If you want to test the character of the person, give him power. So let us say I start this essay topic by talking about power is the ability to influence someone else. Each and every human being aspires to acquire power. But once we acquire power, there are certain subtle changes that happens in us. George Orwell, in one of his essays titled Shooting an Elephant, beautifully captures this subtle change. This would be a nice way to introduce. Am I right or am I wrong? So learn how to bring book reference, learn how to bring movie reference. And I was told, maybe in paper 1 or paper 2, this time around in your prelims, they had asked about a movie as well. I keep saying this to you, movie references, they are quite important in UPSC. Couple of years ago, in a prelims paper, they had asked a question about a theory of infinity. It was related to Srinivas Ramanujan's life. So you can bring movie references in your hook strategies as well. But please make sure that the movie reference is based on some critically acclaimed movie, national award winning movie, or globally it must have won some good awards. Don't try to bring everything. Artha ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ತಾನೆ? Come back. Listen to me. I told you, I belong to 90s generation. I remember watching an advertisement. Maybe even you have watched it. I don't know. Let me tell you about it. There was a kid, a small kid. He was playing. I don't know whether you have played. There will be a cycle tire. We will have a stick in our hand. We will try to roll the tire. Have you come across this game? So this kid was playing that game. After some time he observes there is a 50 rupees note that has gotten stuck to that tire. He's still a small kid, some 9-10-year-old kid. 50 rupees note, that in itself is worth so much of money for him. Am I right or am I wrong? So he keeps that 50 rupees with himself. He wants to go to the market and eat something. Maybe a cake, maybe an ice cream. So he goes to the market. He's looking at what all things he can buy. When he is looking like this, he hears a sound as if something shattering, something breaking. When he looks at that side, 3 glass cups, they were broken. It got shattered because another kid was playing football. That football, it crashed into this glass. Am I making my point clear? All of you. Those 3 coffee tea cup glasses, it was very important because The owner of those glasses, an old lady, was using it to sell her chai, her coffee. Am I making my point clear? All of you. Now, most of the people who would be there in the position of the old lady, what will they do? They will take the football and they will tell the child, until and unless they pay for those cups, she's not going to give the football. We have all met aunties like that. Am I right or am I wrong? When we were playing cricket, football, whatnot. Right? Howsoever, this old lady, she calls the kid, she gives the football to him, right? She says it is okay, just go and play. She's old, she's barely able to walk. The small kid with 50 rupees note, he sees all of these things and then he feels, no, I mean, ice cream, cake, I don't want any of these things. So he goes to a shop, buys 3 glass cups and takes it to that old lady. He just keeps it there. Am I making my point? Very beautiful advertisement it was. But these days, very rarely we come across advertisement like this. What are the advertisements? Ayyo Benki, Rashmika Mandana. Boond Boond mein aam. Who is there in that? No, right? Like that. What was the thing that you learned here? How to construct an imaginary story. Was it very complicated or was it quite simple? Now you are acquainted with this. Where you are going to use it, that's up to you. Compassion is the basis of all morality. That small kid with 50 rupees note felt compassion for this old lady and helped her. Am I making my point?
Life is a long journey between being human being and being
Humane. Most of us have money, but do you think we are humane towards that particular old lady if the situation demands? No.
Smile is the chosen vehicle for all ambiguities. When her 3 glass cups were broken, she has to buy another 3 glass cups, which is a loss for her. Am I right or am I wrong? When she was sad, that ambiguity, that pain was there. How did the child try to clear that ambiguity? By bringing a smile onto her face. All of you are following me? So develop the habit of watching movies. You might come across various scenes like this. Develop the habit of watching some award-winning advertisements at one point in time. That will also give you some clarity. You can use them in your hook strategies provided you bring it in a simple and interesting way. Don't elaborate it way too much. Look into this one, contextual approach. Contextual approach means in the current affairs. Why is this essay topic relevant in the present times? So listen to me. Give me some essay topic from section B, which was asked in 2025. Section B. Section A, I think we have discussed all of them. Section B, can you give me anything? Or any other essay topic you can give me. Let us say, I take an essay topic. Education is what remains after you have forgotten what you have learnt in school. So in the present times, in our country, a lot of emphasis is given to IIT JEE examinations. Am I right or am I wrong? Whomsoever clears this examination, they are celebrated as if they have done some extraordinary thing. Am I right or am I wrong? It is a good achievement. Is it extraordinary? That is a different question. Listen to me, listen to me. I remember watching a video where a student has scored some very good marks in his IIT JEE examination. His parent, she gets a hold of this kid's hand and she is making him dance like this. But the student is like this. All right. He has won in this IIT JEE examination, but if you look at his face, the genuine sense of happiness or that relief was not there. Education is what remains after I have forgotten what I have learned in school. I might not remember the trigonometry, algebra, any subjects like this. But what I do remember are those teachers of mine who told me how to be happy in amidst various challenges. Am I right or am I wrong? Those teachers who gave me a sense of confidence to get back up even if things go wrong. Those teachers who told me how to tackle the toughest situations in my life with a strong mental resilience, those things I remember. A couple of days ago, I forgot the name of this IAS officer, very well educated. She has done her degree or master's, whatever it is, from IIT, IIM, all of these places. And she gave a very beautiful comment. I've done my education in some of the top colleges in this country, and none of those colleges
told me how to be happy in life. Am I right or am I wrong? Destiny of a nation is shaped in its classroom. So the destiny does not mean $5 trillion economy only, right? The destiny demands that 1.4 billion people who are there in the country are not only making money in terms of quantity, but also living a qualitative life, a happy life. That destiny they never thought us. You guys agree with me? So contextual things you can bring up. Am I making my point?
Forest precedes civilization, deserts follow them. Do you remember this essay topic in 2024? Why was this essay topic asked? I remember there was a United Nations conference happening in some part of the world. There were two groups of people. One was developing countries, another one was developed countries. Now, who is supposed to give money? Who is supposed to give technology to other? Developed country is supposed to give money and technology to developing country. Am I right or am I wrong? But what the problem happened was this. In that conference, the developed countries were pulling their feet to share their money, to share their technology with us. If they fail to do so, whatever civilization we are having as of now, whatever forest we are having as of now, in the next couple of years, it is going to become deserts. Am I right or am I wrong? We are already seeing examples of that in our urban areas. Forget urban areas, even forest areas, you are seeing the impact of desertification. You guys agree with me? This is what we call as contextual hook. If you're good with real life personalities, unique examples, go with anecdote. If you're good with imaginary stories, go with that. If you're good with book references, go with that. If you're good with movie, go ahead with that. If you're good with contextual, go with that. Any essay topic that they ask you, there will always be a contextual reason behind it. Any essay topic. The real is rational and the rational is real. Let us say I asked this essay topic in 2026. Why am I asking this in 2026? Very simple. In the present world, fake news, is it on the higher side or on the lower side? Higher side. 99% of the time, whatever is there around us is fake news. Now, how to find genuine sense of information here? That information which can be seen tangibly in the reality, it can be measured in the reality. That information which is based on rational purposes, rational logic, that piece of information you should consume, not everything. Am I making my point clear? Let us say I am writing a hook for the real is rational and the rational is real. How will I start with it? With the advent of media, access to information became easier. With the rise of social media, information access has increased manifold. But with this increase we face the challenge of fake news. In this world, one must understand how to consume information. If not, we become the victims of fake news and start to suffer in unimaginable and silent ways. How is it that we should consume information? Information which can be seen in reality, which can be measured in reality, which are observable phenomenon. Information which is based on certain rational authority, rational logic, purposes must be consumed. We should derive our knowledge from such information and have informed opinions about the various existing realities in the world. If we forget this universal truth, the real is rational and the rational is real, we become victims of fake news and we build a prison of our own imagination. Is this reasonable? This is how you're supposed to write. And I've told this many a times to you in my OGP classes or anywhere, that when you're writing prelims or mains, no matter what question they give you, on the spot you should be able to write, on the spot. And that will only come to you when you read and when you write more and more. Am I making my point clear? So please keep these things in mind. That is contextual. Rhetorical. Let us say they have given you an essay topic, a society which has more justice requires less charity. Now imagine I have to start in a rhetorical manner. Do you remember this lady called as Palki?
Now she is known for being a good news anchor. Am I right or am I wrong? Many people watch her news shows. I don't think she is doing any news show as of now because she recently resigned from first post, I guess. Whenever you watch her news shows, she will start with a rhetorical question. Am I right or am I wrong? Let us say Pakistan, it highlighted certain issues in India. How will Palki start that particular news show? Pakistan, a country of contrast, a country known for its terrorism. When it advises India on its internal issue, irony dies 1,000 death. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ತಾನೆ? Let me simplify. Pooja Ketkar coming and teaching you ethics. That's irony. Salman Khan teaching you how to drive. That's irony. Am I making my point clear? Listen to me, listen to me. Virat Kohli taking a class on anger management. That is irony. All right? Listen to me, listen to me. A society which has more justice requires less charity. How will I start with a rhetorical question here? Before we delve into the various aspects of this essay, one must ask a very fundamental question. What is justice? Am I making my point clear? There is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path. Before we dwell into various aspects of happiness, one must ask themselves, what is happiness? A rhetorical. All of you follow my point? So maybe you can start your essay, the hook, with such type of thought-provoking questions, and then you can proceed forward. Truth knows no color. But what is one of the most important questions you need to ask in the hook itself? What actually is truth? Is truth a construct of human being, or is it imposed on us by others? Or is it something that we discover when we are leading? These are questions. And are they simple questions or are they thought-provoking questions? Exactly. So maybe you can start with such type of rhetorical questions as well. Look at the next one, philosophical approach. I might have taught you this approach in your OGP classes. I'm going to repeat it again since you're already acquainted with it. What is Kintsugi? Harsha, Kintsugi? ಏನಾಯ್ತು ನೀನು ಆರ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ಗೆ ಬಂದೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಪೂರ್ತಿ ಪಾಲಿಟಿ ಎಕಾನಮಿ ಜಾಗ್ರಫಿನ ತಪ್ಪಾಯ್ತಲ್ವಾ ಅದು ಇರ್ಲಿ ಬಿಡು ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಲೆಸನ್ಸ್ ಲರ್ನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ So for those who don't know what is Kintsugi, listen to me. It is famous in Japan. This philosophy is famous in Japan. Imagine there is a jar, very beautiful jar, very expensive jar. The jar falls. When it falls, what happens to it? It breaks. Obviously, gravity, whatnot. It breaks. So when it is broken, is it a very pleasurable experience, sweet experience, or is it a bitter experience? Bitter experience, am I right? Howsoever, even in this bitter experience, even in this broken feeling, there is something extraordinary. There is beauty in it. That is what Kintsugi teaches you. In Kintsugi, people, they collect the broken fragments of this jar. They use this golden color. They use some glue and they again rebuild the jar. Am I making my point clear? The jar is not like the new one. The jar is broken. But wherever the cracks are there, in place of the cracks, you have gold dust, you have glue holding it together. We might be broken in so many different ways. But at the same time, we can learn some best lessons from those broken experiences, from the bitter experiences, and go about our life. That is what Kintsugi teaches you. This is philosophy. All of you following me? So there are many such Western as well as Eastern philosophies which you can use in your life. There is a philosophy called as Sisu. It is famous in your Nordic countries. This philosophy, it states that life is dangerous. Life is challenging. And what life demands from you is not static rest, but rather you have to keep moving. Even though life is challenging, there is a moral duty on you to keep moving and moving. A ship in harbor is safe, but that is not what a ship is. That is where you use Sisu philosophy. Am I making my point clear? Life is challenging. When I leave my harbor, when I go outside, it is challenging in every which way possible. But nevertheless, I have to keep true to what the life expects from me. Keep moving. Even though it is challenging, keep moving. That's the soul, one of the main purposes of human life. Am I making my point clear? I will be introducing you to many other philosophies which might not be there in your standard books. Today itself, I will introduce you to few. Don't worry. Look at the last one, psychological or thought experiment. I will teach you this when I take up that theme, human flourishing. But did you understand this one? Introduction. How many components does it have? 3. Hook, background, and the third one is what? Hook should be given only in anecdote manner, or do you have options here? Options. When you are giving a hook, will you directly dive into hook or will you paint a picture? Paint a picture and then you bring the hook. Look into this one. Body of the essay. Here in body of the essay, there are few things that you want to know. All right. Virat Kohli is an interesting individual. He has certain good aspects, bad aspects. Observe the good, criticize the bad, and move on. That's it. Listen to me. When we talk about body of the essay, guys, you have to generate the content. So when I was an aspirant, this template or this formula approach was very famous. What were these formula approaches? You had temporal approach. You had different walks of life. Third one, multi-dimensional or what you call as pestle approach. Debate approach. Fifth one is your problems and solutions. So what many aspirants used to do, they used to pick 1 or 2 templates like this and they used to start answering their essays. They used to generate a lot of content. For example, let us say, let me explain each of them to you now. Temporal approach. In temporal approach, what we basically do is, we discuss the past angle of the given essay topic, the present angle of the given essay topic, and finally, the future angle. All of you open your 2025 essay paper, please. Right. All of you open your 2025 essay paper. Can you find me any topic where they have asked about youth, age, anything like that? Yes, madam. The years teach much, then the days never know. All right. Then the days ever know. Something like this, I think the topic is. So imagine this. The years teach much, then the days ever know. In this essay topic, the temporal angle is there. Temporal means time, let us say. When you were young, when you were there in some 6th to 7th standard, did you worry about life in such extraordinary manner, or was it just living day to day? Day to day, right? Who worried? The only thing that we looked forward when we were young was the end of the day and when the weekend would come. That's it. Even if test, homework and everything was there, it was just not a great worry to us. We did not learn about life in such depth manner at that young age. Am I right? But as we aged, we slowly understood what was the importance of the childhood. We slowly understood what were the importance of those opportunities that we got, but we did not utilize. Am I making a point? There are many UPSC aspirants who enter the preparation cycle as freshers. They have a lot of energy. They go about their preparation on a day-to-day basis without understanding whether what they're doing is right or wrong. Fast forward 3-4 years, when they are unable to clear this examination, when they entered as a fresher, 3-4 years down the line, 3-4 years down the line, the years, the wisdom that they accumulated, where do you think they're more matured? When they entered or 3-4 years down the line? Am I making my point clear? The years teach much than the days ever know. So when I was young, past, when I was young, what were the various things that I went about? Why did I not learn? Why did I forget? All of you following me? The years teach much. What did my childhood teach me? Why was I not able to appreciate that when I was a child? So you tell me, when you were young, I think your teachers would have told you, you have to enjoy your childhood because it's not going to come back again. Am I right or am I wrong? But many of us still studied, and we are what some people called as nerd. Am I right or am I wrong? N-E-R-D, nerd. Listen to me. We did not understand the importance of the childhood back then. Now we are understanding it. Yes or no? That is what. The years teach much. What do they teach you? Some innocence. Am I making my point clear? When I was there in my school, they taught me a lot many things. I just listened to it, but I did not learn it. I did not follow it. But as and when I aged, I understood the importance of it. What was the lesson behind it? The past angle, the present angle. So you're all younger to me by some 10-15 years, let us say. So I keep saying to you, one of the reasons why I primarily failed was I did not write, I did not practice as much as I should have. You will be listening to me. I would have told you in the classes, you have to focus on each and every subject, give it the due respect it deserves. But still, few selective subjects were given extraordinary emphasis, and you saw what 2026 prelims did. Be that as it may. Imagine you had changed all of these things. You had learnt all of these things at that moment. Maybe some of you would be writing UPSC mains this time around. Am I right or am I wrong? The years teach much than the days ever know. All right. In essay topics like this, when I was a child, the past angle, what was the life teaching me? Present angle, what is the life teaching me? Future, why is it that I will understand the importance of what was being taught to me in the past? Maybe when I get old, like that. Am I making my point? Come back. Listen to me. Let me take a simpler example. What is real education? Now, if you take your past, your ancient period, did they have similar notions of what is real education like how we have today, or was it different? Different, am I right? What was the understanding of education in medieval period? Was it same as ancient period or did it change? What was the understanding of education during your Britisher period? Was it same or was it different? Am I making my point clear? What is the understanding of education in 21st century? Is it only academic education which is important or even emotional education? Am I making my point? So what I'm trying to convey to you is this. There are certain essay topics where you can bring the temporal angle, the past, the present, the future. When I was in the childhood days, there were many things which were being taught to me, but I did not learn because I was not interested. I did not have long-term vision. But once I became a teenager, once I became a matured adult, I understood the importance of these teachings. Why was I not able to learn that? That is what is important. All of you are following me. Arthat tide tane? Temporal angle. So you take any essay topic any year, there is every possibility that you can bring a past, present and a future angle. Girls are weighed down by restriction, boys by demands. If you take ancient period, early Vedic period, do you think we imposed a lot of restrictions on women or did she have some freedom? In early Vedic period, she had some freedom, very good. But in the later Vedic period and in perpetuation, in continuation, you saw women being restricted within 4 walls of the household only. Am I right or am I wrong? So how was women's status in past? How is women's status in present? How should women's status be in future? This is what you can write. Am I right or am I wrong? What were the things that we expected from men in the past, in the present? What should we expect from them in the future? How should we go about in the future? Temporal angle. Am I making my point? Like this. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ತಾನೆ? ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Did you understand this approach? Look at the next one. You also have one more called as different walks of life. Different walks of life. So you will have various identities at different domains. You will have your own individual identity. You will have a societal identity, an organizational identity, a national identity, and let us say an international one as well. Let us say an international one as well. All right. Open your 2025 essay. Open your 2025 essay, all of you. Look at section A. Look at section A. If given a choice, which one will you pick, Rohan, in section A? Which essay topic would you want to write? The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. This is what you are going to write. Okay, listen to me now. So in the body of the essay, look at it from a different walk of life. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. In an individual level, who are our enemies? External enemies or internal armor? There is a voice inside your head which is always going to be like an enemy, which is always going to be a very pessimistic voice. Am I right or am I wrong? It keeps saying, you're spending so much of time. Is it worth it? Will I be able to write? There are enemies here. Am I right or am I wrong? The greatest demons are not found outside. The greatest demons are found inside. Have you heard of something called as inferiority complex? What is inferiority complex? Can anyone tell me what it is? Define it. Using your own words. Go ahead. Madam. Not you. You're wearing some sort of a sweater. Yes. What's your name? Sorry? Nayana. Heli, madam. Any language is fine. Any language andre Kannada, English, Hindi, that's all. Heli, inferiority complex andre enu. So in inferiority complex, we will always be doing what? Actively doing what, madam? Comparing. Am I right? Keli. If someone asks you what is the meaning of it, don't get scared. Inferiority complex is you're obsessively comparing yourself to other. You're obsessively forgetting the good things which are there in you. And you impose an opinion on yourself that you're not worthy of anything. Can I say that is inferiority complex? You don't have to open any book. You don't have to open any Oxford Dictionary definition for it. All of us have witnessed this in one or the other way in our life. Am I right or am I wrong? Simple. So at an individual level, one of the enemy that people face is this inferiority complex, is this low confidence. How to overcome that low confidence? How to overcome that inferiority complex without being violent towards yourself, without being very aggressive towards yourself? Am I making a point? I remember that famous movie 3 Idiots. I usually use these examples quite a lot in my classes. The reason is very simple. You had 3 friends over there. 2 friends, they were always afraid of things. But one friend, he was not afraid of things. Whenever he was afraid, he used to tell himself, all is well, all is well. The supreme art of war to deal with low confidence, any challenges, can be to give a sense of assurance to yourself. Tell yourself that all is well and just continue with the process. When I do that, I defeat the enemies which are there in my head. Am I right or am I wrong? That is supreme art. All of you are following me. And look at the essay topic. I like this essay topic like Rohan said. Here they're not saying the supreme science. They're calling it as what? Supreme art. Now can anyone tell me why they're calling it as a supreme art? Why not science? Go ahead. Madam Badminton. I forgot your name. Sorry? Yeah, can you tell me? Why are they calling it as supreme art, not supreme science? Art is unique. Am I right or am I wrong? So there is no one answer. It can be quite different to different people. Am I right or am I wrong? Like this. Harsha, what is a dilemma? What is a dilemma? Unable to make a choice. Innೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬೇಕು. Will you give next attempt or not? Right? So you are going to give next attempt. I am sure before you thought about giving next attempt, you might have met someone, asked them, sir, should I give or should I not give? ಕೇಳಿರ್ತೀಯ ತಾನೆ? ಏನು ಕೇಳಿಲ್ಲ? ನೀನೇ ತಗೊಂಡ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್. Very nice. Then you have no dilemma. Some of you might have had this dilemma whether I should give next attempt or not. Am I right or am I wrong? So let us say you are here since 3 years. You have not been able to clear. You want to give one more attempt. There is option A, option B. Give the attempt. Option B is don't give. So in dilemma, there are two options. No matter which option you choose, there will always be some pain. Imagine I'm going to give one more attempt. 3 years I'm already there. I'm going to give one more attempt. If I win, good enough. If I don't win, 5 years gone. Am I right? Imagine I don't give an attempt and next year the paper is easy. Ayyo, kodlilve. Papi jeevnave. Listen to me. In a dilemma, you're torn between two options and no matter which option you choose, there is always going to be some pain. That is a dilemma. Now, all of us have dilemmas as well in our life. Am I right or am I wrong? I think from June 3rd, your GS paper 2 might have started. 8 hours of classes. ಇವಾಗ ಮಂಜುನಾಥ್ ಸರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 8 hours ಅಲ್ಲ 8.5 ಆಗಿರಬಹುದು ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ತಾನೆ ಅಥವಾ 9 ಇರಬಹುದು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. Listen to me. On a Sunday, you just want to lie on your bed and practice Shavasana, but they have put an essay class today. So the dilemma was to attend or not to attend. Listen to me. We have dilemmas of every nature in our life. People have moral dilemmas. Gandhi, he had moral dilemmas during freedom struggle. Am I right or am I wrong? Some people wanted to become part of the government. Some people did not. Some people wanted to go for revolutionary activities. Most did not. Moral dilemmas. His own children were not listening to him. His own wife was criticizing him on certain aspects. Moral dilemmas. Gandhi very famously writes, whenever he had moral dilemmas, he used to go to Bhagavad Gita, read and find answers in it there. That was his source of inspiration. Am I making my point clear? If I want to succeed in my life, if I want to win in my life, I need to know how to deal with this dilemma at an individual level. Am I right? Can I say dilemmas are also like my enemies at times? To deal with this dilemma, how to deal with it, that arts you need to know. For Gandhi, it was reading Bhagavad Gita. For you, it might be something else. For you, it might be speaking with your mentors, speaking with your friends, whatever it might be. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ತಾನೆ? ಅಷ್ಟೇ. What is one more enemy that you face at an individual level? I have given you 2 examples. Can you tell me one more? Anyone here? How many of you genuinely feel that you're spoiled for choices? There's so many choices in your life. Am I right or am I wrong? If you open Zomato, so many choices. Now, when there are so many choices, some people can decide instinctively. ನಂಗೆ ಇದೇ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. I go to ice cream parlor. There are so many choices. Your polar bear, natural ice cream and so many. Whenever I see these choices, I feel very irritated. So what I do, wherever I go, no matter where I am, I buy only one ice cream. You know what it is? Gadbad. Ellanu irbekku adalli. All right. Indecision, this is our enemy. When you have so many choices in your life, taking a decision becomes very difficult. So you are indecisive. Am I right? There are so many people, even after 2 years into their UPSC preparation, they're still indecisive about their optional paper. Right? Imagine this. So listen to me carefully. Indecisive is an enemy at an individual level. What type of artistic way are you going to deal with this indecisiveness? You can discuss this. Am I right or am I wrong?
The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. At the societal level, what are the enemies that we have? Who are the enemies that we have? Can I say communalism? Regionalism? Hate, divisiveness is increasing in the society in every which way possible. Now, what is the artistic way that I am going to use to deal with this communalism, regionalism? This makes a lot of sense. If you take Manipur as of now, there are quite a lot of ethnic conflicts happening there. If you take Jammu and Kashmir, the trust deficit has widened. How should I deal with all of these things? In a very bookish, legal manner, or should it be having that supreme artistic angle? I forgot in which country they have started this project called as Forgiveness Project. This project was started in an area where two communities had fought with each other and the society had become communal. But this forgiveness project was started where both the communities would come together. They consciously would make a decision to let go of their anger, to let go of their revenge and forgive each other for whatever happened in the past. And it has shown some very good results in that particular society. Am I making my point clear? In the society, we have problems such as unhygienic mentality. We have problems related to how we treat acid attack victims. What are the artistic ways that we have used to tackle this? Movies. Am I right or am I wrong? You might remember that Padman movie. You might also remember one more movie about acid attack, Chapak or Chapak, I don't know how to pronounce it. How to pronounce it? Okay, Chapak. All of you are following me. Like that. Am I making my point? Who are the enemies that you have at an organizational level? Who are the enemies? What are the challenges that you have at an organizational level? And yes, very good. Ensuring coordination, ensuring good work ethics at the organizational level. Imagine I'm the leader. I want each and everyone in my organization to fight for the values that I believe in. But I can't get them to follow these values in a very angry, aggressive, imposition manner. I have to motivate them. That is what Jamshedji Tata did. When his employees were not regular to the office, when they were skipping the office left, right and center, and because of which he was facing losses, he had two options, either to fire the employees or to motivate them. He motivated them by telling the employees, I'm going to give you the social security you deserve. I'm going to give you the scholarship you deserve. You come and work. And many employees turned up and he was able to see success in his Tata Enterprises activities, and Tatas are still continuing even to this day. Am I right or am I wrong? Like this. So there are enemies at individual, societal, organizational, national. You can bring corruption, everything here. International war conflicts, resource management, climate change, global warming, so many enemies. How to deal with all of these enemies? By waging a war in a violent manner or through non-violent manner. That is where the supreme art is there. Am I making my point clear? You take Belt and Road Initiative. China wants to try to create a unipolar world. It wants to become the all-powerful country. Does it mean it is waging war with every country, or is it creating trade connections? Trade connections, Belt and Road Initiative like this. India, Japan, Asia, Africa growth corridor like this. When we went to Afghanistan, when India was there in Afghanistan, when USA was there, what did we invest our money in? Schools, colleges, parliamentary building, dams. Even to this day, if you go to Afghanistan, there are many people who like Indians much more than any other nationality. Am I right or am I wrong? That is how you win over an enemy. Am I making my point?
So in different walks of life,